Hello, I am really happy to be here with you to share tip number 10 today. Big day, we're in the double digits. Tip 10 from Aletha Solter's book, Raising Drug-Free Kids. I'm T, your joyful parent guide and harmonizer. And yesterday I talked about tip 9, which was find healthy ways to cope with stress. And today's tip, number 10, is look for the true sources of anger at your children. And again, this is a pretty personal one for me. I'm going to share a little bit. The first sentence in this tip, right, in this chapter in the book, your children will not feel emotionally safe if you have angry outbursts. And I'm just going to go back. I'm going to share with you a very pivotal moment in my journey as a mother when my husband said to me, and I have the exact day written down because I journaled about it. But it was a long time ago. It feels like eons ago, but it was probably about 9-10 years ago, something like that. And he said to me, I'm trying to think of his exact words. Oh, he said, it scares the hell out of us when you lose it. I don't know about the you lose it, but he literally said it scares the hell out of us. And when he said us, he meant all three of us, our two sons and him, because it seemed to come out of nowhere and it was such a rage. And to me, I felt like I was doing a great thing by venting at that point. That's what I thought. And when he brought that to me, and I'm sure he had said things leading up to this point, but this is really when it hit home for me. So that was a pivotal awakening moment in my journey as a mom. Now, in this chapter, I think it's really helpful to think about external factors in our anger, in what is really the root cause of our anger, and then internal factors. And so external factors, we can think about in general like a lack of resources, whether could be financial resources, could be emotional resources, could be just support net, right? Support network. And if you think about it, it's really quite recent in the grand scheme of human evolution that we have nuclear families living together only, exclusively nuclear families. It used to be multi-generational. It used to be extended families living together, multi-generation. And so just by virtue of that fact, there were a lot more possibilities for support. Hey, I'm going to leave the little ones with you while I go out and, I don't know, pick some berries, go to the store, go for a walk, whatever. Today we don't have that as much. So if we can identify some of this and then now we need to create our own tribe of support, right? Sometimes it looks like daycare, neighbors, just other people that we can talk to and or ask babysitters, right, to watch our children while we do other things or care for ourselves or whatever it might be. So those are the external factors. Internal factors, this can get to be more complex, and it's definitely beyond the scope of a quick Facebook Live to talk about the tip number 10. But those can be more complicated. And when we think about internal factors, we think about how were we raised? And I'm just going to repeat a phrase here, a great phrase. Those of us who were ignored, spanked, abused, criticized, yelled at, sometimes, a lot of times, we carry things with us from those experiences because we were too young to put them in a broader, wiser context, right? We were too young for that. We were too new for that. And so we weren't able to do that. So we told ourselves something, we protected ourselves somehow from the yelling, from the criticism, from whatever it was, and then we sort of crystallized that within our own person. Now, I just want to say that some people love doing this internal excavation work. Love it. I'm one of those people. I love it. I do it. I've been doing it. Some people don't love it, but they recognize that there's probably a big enough benefit that they do it, or they reluctantly, right? I think that's I think that's like the majority, right? I think it's unusual to like love it. And then there's also a sizable part of the parent population that either doesn't know about that possibility, or even if they know about it, that is scarier than hell. And they don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. And some of these parents are people that I'm very, very close to. And that's everything. Like, I'm not here to make anybody wrong. It's just let's acknowledge that there's internal factors and external factors, and sometimes there's stuff we're not willing to or ready to take a look at, and that's totally fine. So I will say though, if you are ready to take a look at some of those things, then it's a great time for you to find someone, whether that is a therapist or a coach or a tribe, right, that can help you by providing a supportive environment, that can help you by giving you the little breadcrumbs that you're ready for to do that internal excavation work. And that is that's certainly work that I love to do. It's work that can help you along the path of ease as a parent. So the invitation for today is I love the DMs that I'm getting. I love hearing what resonates and what thoughts you have and what happened to you or what happened to other loved ones and things like that. I love it. And an invitation for you is to take your parenting pulse. And I promise you it's not a painful thing. It's a really, really quick parenting pulse that I developed. It's really 10 yes-no, I think it's 11 actually, 11 yes-no questions. And you can just get a sense for where you are, because it's really important to know where we are so that we can feel the joy, the relief, the positive energy that gets released as a result of taking a step on that path of ease. Okay, that's enough for today. I'm so glad. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to tomorrow sharing tip number 11. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.